We're driving a 2025 Toyota Sequoia. It's a big 3-row SUV. We're gonna answer 2 questions in this video. Question 1, should you wait for the 2026 Toyota Sequoia? And 2, is this thing better than its sibling, the Grand Highlander?
But first, here's how much the Sequoia costs. Sorry.
You sound like the squeaky voice teen. I'll have to ask my manager. We're driving the 1794 version of the Toyota Sequoia. It's a new trim for 2025. 1794 refers to the year a ranch was founded near San Antonio, which is where they build the Sequoia. That's real American walnut trim inside.
This is the brawniest version of fancy I think I've ever seen. Like, everything is so squared off and bulky. I like how this part looks like old-fashioned luggage, but it's also super practical. There is so much storage. In the door, room for multiple bottles, covered cup holders here with more of that wood.
Dedicated phone zone with a wireless phone charger, plus room on the side for another phone. The center console is really functional too. The lid has like a little zone for storage and then another smaller one, and you can reach through to grab stuff without having to lift the entire thing up.
And once you do open it, there is room for a person there.
More cup holders back here, cup holders in the rear doors. We've got the 7-passenger version, and where that center seat would normally go in the lower trims, here we've got like a couple of cup holders and a little storage zone. Up front here, I'm appreciating the fact that we've got classic Toyota seats, which is 0 pressure points.
And what we lose in lateral support, we make up by having really roomy seats.
Yeah, this will accommodate a variety of body types. Seated behind my ideal front seat position, there is plenty of space in the second row. It reclines, but it does not slide. They've moved the slide function to the 3rd row. When you get to the 3rd row, I have more than adequate knee clearance, adequate head clearance, and then the only challenge I really have in that 3rd row space is the foot to butt ratio. It's kind of a knee-high position. As mentioned, we have the 7-passenger version. That's really a higher trim thing, and then if you go with the lower trims, it's 8-passenger with a 2nd row bench seat. Kiddo, how do you find climbing in and out of the Toyota Sequoia?
If it wasn't for the little step, I'd have a really hard time.
What about climbing into the 3rd row? Can you lift that lever up?
It's actually easier than you think.
You've got like a little strap to pull, a red strap to get out. How's that?
Also easy.
I really do like the push button function we have on some like mid-size SUVs. But for being a mechanical system, I'm impressed that our 10-year-old daughter has no problem operating those 2nd row seats. And I do like the tumble feature because it creates a really wide pass-through, and the Sequoia does a great job of giving you good places to put your feet so you have a secure path into the 3rd row. Oh, and then any challenges climbing between those seats if you want to go down the middle?
There is a little cup holder spot that I have to climb over, but at least it's a cup holder and not like just a big hum.
And if you're wondering, there are vents in both the 2nd and 3rd row, so all occupants should be comfortable. Moving to cargo, there are 22.3 cubic feet available in the Sequoia, which is a little bit bigger than, let's say, the Ford Expedition. But what you don't have with the Sequoia is an extended version of Ford Expedition. They also have the Expedition Max, which has like a foot and a bunch more cargo space. Same thing with the Tahoe. They've got the Suburban version. The cargo area on the Sequoia is a little bit odd. So you've got the 3rd row seats. One cool thing is that you can actually slide them fore and aft from the back here with these releases. In our version, and in all versions for 2026, it's a power operation. So we power those down, and there they go. And the headrests automatically deploy, which is cool. And actually, this is a pretty good demo because on the left side, this one's forward, this one's back, but they both seem to fit just fine. We've got this board down here, and this board can move to a few different positions. It's in the lowest position, so it's kind of flush with the floor that the seats sit on, but certainly not flush if you're trying to load up cargo. But what you can do is move it up to this other position here, and now you've got this little extension that flips out, and it's something of a flat load floor. And if you lower those 2nd row seats, it becomes a little bit more of a cargo floor that you can use. And then you can even move it up here, and I'm not exactly sure why you would, but I'm not here to tell you your business with how you load up your Sequoia. These little supports, let's pop those out real quick and just see what we have. A little flat spot there, and I bet I can take this guy and, can I put it there? I can put it down there for easy storage. Put the hatch down here. One of my favorite features that Toyota seems to be committed to is the premise that you should be able to open up the rear glass. That's what this little button's for. There it goes. Hey! Based on the angle of the ground, I'm not gonna whack my head, but if you're taller, just be mindful that you don't hit that top glass. The back of the Sequoia is a very functional space. In similar fashion, if you demand functionality from your eyewear as well, consider flying eye sunglasses. These are the new titanium peregrine frames. They've got that super thin temple, which is perfect under a headset or a helmet, and you can get them in a range of styles, different lens choices. If you'd like to help support our channel and are in the market for premium quality eyewear, whether you're an aviator, a motorcyclist, or just a normal commuter, click the link in the description below to learn more. Sweetie, what's the car seat situation?
In the third row, we have one top tether in the middle position. In the second row, you have top tethers as well as lower anchors in both of the outboard positions.
Also, I like that those lower anchors are just completely exposed. Installing a car seat is so quick and simple.
I'm 5'2". Behind a workable front seat position for myself, there is plenty of room for a rear-facing car seat.
As for safety, last time we reviewed the Sequoia, neither the NHTSA nor IAHS had rated it yet for crash, and that's still the case. I was sort of surprised that there are no crash test ratings, but we do know that there's a complete suite of active driver assist technology, plus 8 airbags, standard family. What do we think? Is the Toyota Sequoia family friendly?
With a base price over $50,000, it is rich family friendly.
Rich family friendly.
Rich family friendly. Rear window test. All the way down. Boop. Armrest test. Driving in a comfortable 8 and 4, very easy access to the inboard and outboard armrest. It's firm, but a little bit yielding, like in a really good way. 85% inboard, 90% outboard. Moving onward to style.
This vehicle is huge, but there is so much sculpting, it really helps give it a lot of dimensionality. I like it.
Yeah, it doesn't have that like slab-sided quality. With the right lighting, the shadows really kind of show off just how designed it is. I also like that the lineup has a lot of variety in it. If you go with the capstone, very fancy. They've got rugged versions like with the TRD Pro. It's like a good pair of jeans. You can dress it up and dress it down. We are driving the 1794, more chrome trim, special 20-inch wheels, and then if you peek inside here, this panoramic roof comes standard on the 1794. Perhaps my favorite part about the Sequoia we're driving is the color. They call it Lunar Rock. We like the look of the Toyota Sequoia, but what do you guys think? Like it, dislike it? Tell us in the comment section. And also, thank you guys for supporting our channel. In this crazy cuckoo world of ours, who knows what comes up and what may change, but we really appreciate you guys and your constant support. Moving onward to In Motion. Rolling around the Sequoia, this thing is like soft, but has conspicuous body movements that made me think almost nautical in nature, the way it kind of floats and moves like
Totally.
this. Yeah.
I almost got a little bit seasick driving it around, honestly.
Some of that is basic Sequoia, and then some of that might also be the fact that we've got the TRD off-road package. These are the nuances that jump out at you when you first start driving the Sequoia. Buy a Sequoia, and it'll quickly just sort of become like the nature of the vehicle. And driving around like on our small town, 35 miles an hour, it steers just fine. Just noticing that kind of like light, rubbery feeling we have from the steering. This is a body-on-frame SUV, so that truck-like quality, it's to be expected. And now let's see what happens when I floor it. Floored. Whee!
Ooh, it's loud.
I can't tell how much of that is artificial noise versus actual noise, but deep quality. We've got a V6 hybrid paired with a 10-speed automatic transmission, and as you start to lean into the accelerator, we get prompt reactions, good steady pull. That's one of the advantages of a hybrid. You get that immediate electric torque. Total power, I think, is pretty strong. And as we go for the gear change here, let's see. You wouldn't know it had happened unless you had that audible cue. I'm gonna come over here and do the Micah Muzio limo challenge to see if I can come to a smooth, buttery stop. We got hybrid brakes here, so that makes it a little bit more of a challenge, but I believe in me. Well, no, that wasn't good at all. I no longer believe in me. My faith in myself is shaken.
Oh, no.
That last little bit there, it got a little bit awkward.
And we are on a hill. It may be a different story on flat ground.
That wasn't a perfect stop, but it wasn't egregious. Last thought, if you want to go off-road, 8.5 inches of ground clearance, standard on the Sequoia. If you go with the TRD Pro, it moves it up to 9.1. If you choose the four-wheel drive system, which is optional on many of the trims, it's a part-time system. We have a low range, just this little push-button situation down here. Now, if you plan to do really intense off-roading, the TRD Pro is the way to go, or they have a TRD off-road package. Nitpicky complaint, I'm not a fan of the chrome badges on the D-pillar. It looks just like a little bit busy in that space, but what I do like is that we've got skid plates, we've got an electronic locking rear differential, all-terrain tires, the multi-terrain select, a bunch of different modes that you can pull up, and multi-terrain monitor. So if you're trying to like pick this thing over difficult terrain, that'll give you the visibility you need. There's also built-in off-road shocks. One challenge driving this thing off-road is that front lip. I do not intend to damage any vehicle we drive, but I don't know if there's a way to go anywhere really meaningfully off-road and not scrape that thing a little bit. That's what I think about driving the Toyota Sequoia. Let's see what Sweetie thinks. Evie's at the wheel. This is a perfect moment. You're doing a U-turn here.
But this thing is so huge.
It is huge. Let's see if you can do the U-turn. It is kind of it's like a more than 40-foot turning circle.
This is going better than I thought it would.
From a steering perspective, did that feel okay? Not too heavy?
Oh yeah, the steering is nice and light.
As you pull out here, do you have the acceleration you need to get out ahead of traffic?
Yeah, that felt zippy.
And then as you're cornering here, are you feeling confident?
The cornering feels confident. What was difficult for me was figuring out where the edges of the vehicle are. The hood goes in a lot.
It pays to have that standard 360-degree camera system, and I can't help but think that the size is why that is standard. But you're right, the visual picture from the driver's seat is like coming in on the hood. So it's a little bit difficult to tell where the corners are. As long as you're talking about the view out, how's visibility?
Visibility is good all around with the exception of over my left shoulder. There's a large pillar there that blocks my view. One other thing I don't like about driving this vehicle is I'm really not picky about ride quality, but this was noticeably floaty.
From the driver's perspective, that could potentially sap confidence, but what I think about is motion sickness. If you have a body that's moving around and you have people that are in, let's say, the third row where their visibility is not quite so open, that can be a little bit of a challenge. That aside, if we were in the market for a full-size 3-row SUV, are there any game killers that would keep you from driving the Toyota Sequoia?
No game killers here, although I am glad we have a small family.
Excellent. I'm getting back in the driver's seat. Moving onward to remarks. For infotainment, there's a standard 8-inch screen on the SR5 trim, which is the base, and then all other trims get this big 14-inch unit, standard Apple CarPlay and Android Auto wireless smartphone connectivity, and then over here in front of me, there's a standard 12.3-inch digital gauge cluster.
Often you complain about screen size. This feels like it's mocking you.
Are you happy now? Is this enough screen? All the screen.
It's a big screen, you guys. Using the infotainment system is really simple. There are icons on the side, easy to navigate the menus.
Now, in the beginning of the video, I mentioned the 2026 Toyota Sequoia versus the 25 we've got here. Is it worth waiting for the 2026? Here's what's changed. All Sequoias now get power third row seats. There's leather in the limited trim. If you go with the capstone trim, then you now get like a new textured version of leather. And then the big one for the TRD Pro, the new Wave Maker color.
That color is a lot.
The 2025 is a perfectly fine Sequoia, and if you can get a deal on one, get a 2025. There's nothing you absolutely must have from the 2026. Unless you're a Micah Muzio type and you want a TRD Pro version and you absolutely adore Wave Maker. It's a lot, and that's why I love it. Am I crazy for liking Wave Maker? And now let's take a look under the hood in a test inspired by my buddy Brian. Here's how you open the hood on the Toyota Sequoia. Conveniently, they have struts in there so you don't have to like do a prop rod. Once you got that hood open, here's where you check the oil. There's where you can add oil. Over on the right side, that's where you add the washer fluid. And if you're wondering what the Sequoia's horn sounds like, all right, let's talk engine choices. The only engine is a turbocharged V6 hybrid. If you want four-wheel drive, it comes standard on the higher trims, but for lower trims, it'll cost you an extra $3,000. That turbo hybrid comes with a 10-speed automatic transmission, and tow maxes out at 9,520 pounds.
Sweetie, please share our trim recommendation.
I will. Our trim recommendation is which trim will give you the essential Sequoia features you'd regret not getting, but at the lowest possible price. The base SR5 trim includes power heated front seats with two-way lumbar support, 3-zone automatic climate control, a 360-degree camera view, and smart key access. Moving back to the other question I asked in the beginning of the video, is this thing better than its sibling, the Toyota Grand Highlander? The Grand Highlander is what we call a 3-row mid-size SUV, but dimensionally, it is very, very similar to what we have here as a full size. The way they categorize vehicles doesn't necessarily represent the dimensions. So if you're talking about headroom, the Grand Highlander has more headroom. If you're talking about total legroom, the Grand Highlander has more total legroom. If you're talking about width, that's where the Sequoia sets itself apart. So you do get a big bump in shoulder and hip room if you go Sequoia. You also get a big bump in price. This is about $20,000 higher base price than if you go with the Grand Highlander. So why would you go over this versus the Grand Highlander? Tow. This can tow more than a Grand Highlander. Off-road. This is a more capable off-roader. So there are reasons to get a Toyota Sequoia versus a Toyota Grand Highlander, but they are going to cost you. If you're mulling full-size SUV alternatives, consider the Ford Expedition, Jeep Wagoneer, Nissan Armada, and Chevrolet Tahoe. But if all you need is an SUV that comfortably seats up to 8, that Toyota Grand Highlander is comparably roomy, much cheaper than the Sequoia, and more efficient, especially with their optional hybrid engine. Did we miss any remarks? If so, tell us in the comments section. And now it's our daughter's time to shine. Child, can you tell us what is your favorite feature in the Toyota Sequoia?
The fact that the seats give you massages.
I do like the massage function, by the way. There's a lot of different options. Are you kind of bummed that you have to sit in the front seat to use the massage and there's nothing in the back seats?
Oh yeah.
Family, I think we've done a good job reviewing the Toyota Sequoia. May I have a 5 and a 5 and you. Come get your high five. Blammo! And now please enjoy our AI-generated synopsis song about the Toyota Sequoia.
Hey, hey, Sequoia.